term, and I also have the pleasure now of introducing the team. This team brought a lot of diverse skills to this project. They had some local knowledge of the watershed from being out on the ground. They had some technical skills in photography, some creative skills with design. They also had some project starters and some project finishers. And they also have some really good scone making skills. And when I think about this team, what sticks with me throughout the term is both the positive regard that they had for each other during this project and their adaptability throughout the term as the project went through some changes. So with that, I'll go ahead and turn it over to the team. Thanks.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Really short. So we are the MyMcKenzie team. My name is Cassidy, and this is Mason and Rick. We're presenting on behalf of the entire team. Our fellow team members, Nathan and Angelina, couldn't make it tonight, but they were included and did just as much work as all of us. Before we start going into the project and what we really did, I wanted to begin by telling those folks that don't know a little bit about the McKenzie River, some facts and logistics. We'll start with the place that the McKenzie River really begins. The origins begin high in the Cascade Mountains, and due to this porous rock, ice melt and rainwater collect, and they seep through the ground, and they go to Great Springs. This beautiful picture is shot there. Great Springs feeds into Clear Lake, and they're both approximately 85 miles from Eugene. And it seems like a really still photo when you're looking at it like this. You can see some ripples, but that's actually because somebody threw a rock in. But at the end of the spring, there is movement, and Great Spring actually feeds into Clear Lake at 1.5 million gallons per hour. The total length of the McKenzie River is around 90 miles, and so from the headwaters, it goes to a more rapid terrain. It will go over Sahili Falls and Kushaw Falls, which are the more popular ones, and Proxy Falls, which is this beautiful shot Mason took. There are around, below the Cougar Reservoir and the dams, the river really widens and it starts to slow down. That's where you'll find fishermen like Rick during the fishing season, if he wasn't presenting today. Another fun fact is around 200,000 people rely on the McKenzie River for their drinking water, including all of you folks that are sitting here today. This shot is of Tamlich Pool, and it's one of my favorite places on the McKenzie River. This is where the entire river actually flows underground and then comes back up at Tamlich Pool. So it once was a free-flowing waterfall, and now it no longer is. It's coming up through the ground, and you'll see no real movement again in the actual pool, but at the very end, you'll see where the McKenzie River starts again. And now Rick will talk about some conservation issues.
There's some problems on the McKenzie River: human development, habitat loss, channelization, water diversion, and thermal pollution of the water temperature of the river. And that's what I want to concentrate on today. There are two threatened species on the McKenzie: the bull trout and the spring Chinook salmon. And these species both need to have clean, cold water. And it's really difficult with the dams, the clear cutting that's been happening, and streamside removal of vegetation. In order for a community to be healthy, the watershed needs to remain healthy. And this watershed needs our help, and it's going to be up to us. It's time that we step forward to do this. It's just, these fish are in trouble. 80% of the remaining salmon, the wild ones, go up the McKenzie now. At one point, this fishery could have sustained 80,000 fish a year. Now it's down to 5,000. And the reason being is because of water quality.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about what our project was about. Our project was very unique in the sense that it wasn't necessarily mapping or monitoring. It was kind of took a more creative route. And so one of our goals is really to kind of show the beauty of the river and kind of show how it influences the people that are surrounded by McKenzie River. And we wanted to do that through photography. We thought photography would be a great outlet to show this. And so some of the methods to kind of get an idea of what the McKenzie was about was to participate in several field trips. The McKenzie River is a unique river because it has the characteristic of the river changes tremendously. And you really don't get a sense of that until you explore the entire river. So what we did was we visited fisheries, farms, people along the river, and parks to really get a sense of just the diversity. And along those field trips, we also photographed many beautiful things. And then another way to really get a perspective of the river is to talk and engage with people. There's a real culture that's not ever seen past Eugene, and you really there is an incredible diverse culture out there. And so we gathered through these methods. We gathered 3 different themes. One being human interactions. We really wanted to show photos that show the human element. And the other one was changing colors. We got to experience the wonderful change of fall to winter. It's really tremendous, and you get to see those in the photos. And also the moving waters. The moving waters, we really wanted to show the characteristics from rapid river to a steady stream. And so some of our outcomes of this project were obviously photos, but we also created a website, and this website shows collaboration of our photos, essays, and kind of what the MyMcKenzie project was all about. And including with these, including in the website is the photo essays, which each of us picked a hand-select few of photos that we really kind of touched us, and we really kind of gave a narrative of how we feel about these photos. And then by the end of the year, we did a photo exhibit at the Columbia Hall. If you guys, I'm sure some of you guys have seen the photos. But it was a fun way to just really kind of close up the year. It's really nice to see photos in a nice print, and it was a great way to finish off the year. And so we wanted to kind of just talk about some of our photos that we took. We really, taking photos really expressed kind of how we thought about the McKenzie River. And this obviously changed a lot throughout the year, and my perspective certainly changed. But we're going to go ahead and start with Rick, and he's going to tell us a little bit about his photos and what his photos meant to him. So.
This was one of the various field trips that Mason and I had taken, and I call this the secret park because it's actually not on a map. We were trying to get a shot of a certain area, and we asked one of the locals if we could get closer. And she looked at us, and Mason and I were both decked out in duck gear. And she looked at us and she said, "You know what? There is, but only the locals know about it." And I was thinking, man, it's good to be a duck. So we drove up, found this spot, we got out, and both the words out of our mouths when we first got out was, wow. This park is spectacular. And since this time, I've gone up every month just to sit and to listen. I listen to, there's a nice rapid right behind the house, and then the wind blowing. My next photo, I'm a fisherman, and this is my fishing partner, Danny, and I just wanted to show the feminine side to fishing. That it's not just a man's sport. And this is a very special photo to me personally, and Mason took it on one of our various fishing trips.
So this first picture I wanted to show you was one of my favorite field trips that we went up. We got to shoot different people. This was at the D. Wright Observatory, and this one family in particular was a husband and a wife and their two younger daughters who were just so excited about being there. They were from Eastern Oregon, coming through Bend, and then going to go down the McKenzie River. And so they stopped here, and I asked permission to shoot their children, and their older daughter in particular was thrilled about it, and their dad propped her up at one of these little lookouts, and she's actually posing for me, but she's holding onto the walls because it was such a windy day. And I just love this shot because it's a pure silhouette of her, and I think her personality really shines through. And what the McKenzie is all about. Families go up all the time for various recreational uses, and in particular just to look at the beauty, which I thought was captured here. My second picture is at Clear Lake, and I absolutely love this picture because I took it on my phone, actually. All my pictures of that day got erased on the camera, and I took this picture. I hiked off the trail and took it with my camera phone. It is a smartphone, but still, I was astonished with the quality. And after looking at it, after noticing my pictures were erased, I looked through the ones I took on my phone, and you can really see, even for a cloudy day, the color of the water was just astonishing, and with the leaves changing, the reds and oranges really popped. And then you got that human element, just the teeniest bit with the cabin in the background that also reflects off the same color of the leaves. And then when I looked closer, I noticed the bird just floating over, which is like the perfect hint, which I totally didn't plan. So I really love this photo for that.
Actually, after that field trip, I was so motivated to just go out and take pictures of this area because I was just like, this is the first time I've ever been out here. And so I went out to Proximate Falls by myself and just went on a hike. I just went out there and just went for it. And this is a picture I took, or I picked out of the group because I really thought it captured really what the McKenzie River is about. It's just about pure, I mean, the beginning origins of the McKenzie River are so pure and untouched, and it's, you know, almost sacred. And I thought this picture really captured that. And you know, I took about 30 shots for that, but because the waterfall was just seep throwing all over me. But yeah, it was a very captivating photo because I really think it shows that sense of pure and tampered water. And this is a photo that this was actually the last day, pretty much the last day of our project, and I really wanted to go get a star trail because I've never seen McKenzie Bridge with star trails in it. I've looked all over the internet. I don't see any really nice. So I was really motivated to just go ahead and capture something that really hasn't been captured before. And so I think this was about late November, very clear, very cold night, perfect for star trails. And I was able to find a day during the week where the sun or the clouds were no clouds, and I went out and I crawled essentially in the bush to get this photo, and then sit there for an hour. And then pretty much you can see the fog kind of rolling in, and that's kind of where I closed up the photo. But I think this is one of the most iconic covered bridges in Oregon, and it just really shows the picturesque scene of the McKenzie River. And so, Rick's gonna acknowledge.
Now we'd like to acknowledge some people. Peg Millay, Melanie Knapp, Katie Lynch, Bill Crandall, Larry Six, Chris Vogel, Dean Walton, Chris Roddy, Penny Wilkes, Greg Vaughn, Eric Wilhelm, and Kirk Kramers. McKenzie is no longer a destination for us. It's a place. And it's a place where we go to find our peace. Thank you.